Hello guys, today I'm going to be tuning up the motorcycle ATV 150 from reversa. I'll be improving the torque, so I'll be having a stronger well, it'll roll better on uphill, so you'll be able to tow things. Sorry about the catch. To do this, you would need to replace the belt with something that's made of Kevlar, which improve the grips. Otherwise, you'll be burning up if you're gonna be towing towing a lot of weight onto the motorcycle. You'll be warning out this the stock, which is made of rubber. Replace it with the Kevlar. Replace the clutch spring with the 1500 RPM. The one that comes with the stock is 1000. It would be blue or black, I'm not too sure, but this is the yellow one, 1500 RPM. And I'll be replacing the rollers with the sliders. These are called slider. You can also get them with the Dr. Poli sliders, but I decided to go with this one. It's 12 gram. With the stock is around maybe 13 or 14 rollers, which is only good for acceleration, but I'm not gonna be using it for high speed, just for work at the ranch. And the gasket for the for this assembly right here, I'll be using tools to disassemble it, and I'll be disassembling. There should be 8 bolts to remove to take it off. It will be I'm not too sure size, but I'll let you know soon. Before we start assembling, this is the 8mm bolts on each 8mm. Yeah, there's 8 bolts anyway. Before we start, remove the battery or disconnect the positive terminal. So the lever is on the bottom, and let's disconnect the positive, and just to be safe, and remove the the key out of the ignition. You don't want to somehow accidentally, like I have the kittens on, and somehow they turn it on. I don't want to be hurt, so remove the battery or one of the terminals and the key. Before I start disassembling and let me explain more about the rollers. The sliders. The rollers that come with the stocks come in this circle. This one has a very unique shape, which allows you to improve the torque and keep the speed or whatever. If you want to still go fast on these motorcycles, I decided to go on with the sliders without the pulleys, which I want to improve the torque, because sometimes I go uphill, but the wheel doesn't turn, it doesn't have enough strength, enough torque, so I'm replacing it with the sliders. Alright guys, so I removed the 8 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Unfortunately, I had trouble taking this off, so I had to hit it with you could use a mullet, a soft rubber or whatever, hit it off. I don't have that tool, so what I use is, I don't have a hammer too, so I use the wrench and a wood, and I just put it on top and then hit it with it until it's loosened, because one of them was somehow rusted, so this one. Now, unfortunately, I can't remove this case without removing this plastic, but it shouldn't be too difficult because it's just these. So I'll be doing that. Alright, I removed the plastics. So I had to remove the 10mm bolts on the bottom as well. And then I used the Torque 3, I guess. Now I can pull this out easy, and here's what the stuff come. Okay, so here's the clamp bell. This is where the spring will be at, and here's the variator, which where the slider I'll be installing. And this is the belt. As you know, it's a little dusty, but this one's made of rubber. As you can see, it's a lot of friction that has happened here, and I'll be replacing it with a stronger clutch spring and changing the variators to be high torque performance. Yeah, you didn't see, but I used the impact drill. I used the 70mm to remove the bolt. I first removed this variator first, because I don't want to end up breaking this when it falls, and I'll be removing this. Watch out, because I have a washer. I'll be pulling this out. Set it aside. And now I'll be removing this. It's simple. And you're gonna have to hold on to this to be able to remove it. So off camera. Okay, so I removed the variators. I'm gonna remove the front hemp plate to put the sliders in. And these are the rollers. If they're still good, they should be round. This one is kind of beat up. As you can see, there's a slight edge sort of here and just several places, but mainly here. But it's still good. It's still good. But I'm replacing with sliders instead. So these are being replaced. Alright, I have the gram weight. I'll be testing how much to the stock score. It's about 13.9. So, and then how much this one? It should be 12. It shouldn't be 12.2. Let's double check. 12.3. If I were you guys, I would get the high quality because these aren't exact, and I'm disappointed. 12.1. That is not good. Should be 12. 12.2. But I have no choice to use them, so I would recommend it from this brand. Glacier. Yeah, I would get the Dr. Poli one, so I'll be replacing it later. Should be 12 gram. 12.2. But for now, just use this because I did all the work. 12.3. It'll take forever for them to arrive online. As you can see, this one is 14 grams. Exactly. 14 gram. Exactly. 13.9 almost because it's been worn out. $14 grams exactly, and it should be exact. Fortunately, these they didn't make them as good, so disappointed in the brand. 13.9. Alright, so I put the sliders in. Normally the flat part on the top should be the small one should be on top. You should read the glider or the logo that you bought it from. The flat one should be on the bottom. So make sure you put this in the correct position. Alright guys, so the next part is to replace the torque spring, which is the 1500 RPM. Here's the inside of it. It's black. It will be 100,000. No, I mean 1,000 RPM. We're gonna be using the 1.5 inch socket here to take this out. I'm gonna be using the torque gun, which I have. And to remove this, you gotta be careful. You gotta keep this compressed. So I'll be stepping onto this so it doesn't jump and hit your face or something. Okay. Okay, I'm able to remove it, and here's the parts. So we're gonna replace it with the yellow one, and make sure to have these washers, these washings. It's best if you put grease on it, high temp grease on these, and at the bottom too. This is the tool that I use. Alright, I installed the part. I had to use another person to help me out on the nut here. Well, the other one holds it on in there. There's the spring for the clutch. Alright, so now I'm gonna be installing it. Alright, so I put the clutch and the variator back on. Was harder with this spring, but managed. So now I'll be putting the clutch clamp and the cap for this one. I mean the spinning disc. Alright, I put the thing on the belt, everything back together. Now before I put the case on, I'm just gonna turn it on and see how well it turns on. Let's see. Alright, it turns on. It's all good. Alright, so I put the casing on with the gasket. Now I'm going to put the bolts on.